Welcome.
Whoa, that was a cool intro video. Look at this. We got Ryan Travers. I changed his name to The Myth because I found out I can change people's names, and I enjoy doing that. What's up, man? We can't hear him.
Ah,
Let's see.
something on your end.
On your end. That's okay. We'll be able to hear you soon.
Soon enough. So we got a very special guest. This is another live edition of the Insurance Gurus podcast, and we've decided to do a couple of these live for you guys. And today we do have a very special guest, Mr. Ryan Travers. He's very, very intelligent guy, doing some special things down in Florida.
Very good looking.
Very good looking.
Very.
He has a sexy voice, but we're withholding that from you guys.
Very inaudible. He's only going to communicate by private chat. No, so hopefully we can get Ryan's audio working here soon. But we just got back from a great lunch at Bulldog Burger.
Absolutely.
Our sponsor, Bulldog Burger.
One of our sponsors.
So Johnny Brock.
Eat with us group.
You have to block that user. Johnny Brock is blocked now. So yeah, can you get it working there, Ryan?
All right, let's see what's going on here.
I don't know what the heck's going on. I don't think we did it.
I think it works now.
Now we got it. You now I can hear you.
There we go.
There he is. You hear that voice?
3 different headsets in here, and it just connects to what it wants. I thought it was you guys, but I got it.
There we go.
Perfect. Well, awesome, buddy. Thank you so much for being here. How are you doing?
Thanks
today?
for joining us.
Yeah, guys, thanks for having me. How are y'all doing today? Bulldog Burger, we didn't go there behind the agency.
We have been behind the agency before, but I don't know if you guys went there.
Yeah,
no, I gotcha.
So, well, dude, how was AEP for you?
It was good, man. It was a little different than last AEP. I'm sure. I mean, a lot of people can agree with that. Just with the clients being pressured and contacted a ton by call centers and crazy things going on with this pandemic that we're having. It was a little bit different, but we got some things done. It was a good AEP overall.
Yeah, we were talking to Benji earlier. It was such a tremendous amount of Pakistani call centers generating live transfers. I hope that by next AEP they can do something about that without screwing it up for everybody else. Typically they screw it up for everybody else when they do anything.
Yeah. They get harder on everybody.
Yeah. Justin, I saw your video of them calling your cell phone. They were calling my office.
Really?
And I would just mess around, and Go Health would call the office phone, and we would have some fun with them for about an hour or so, giving them the John Smith Medicare card. But yeah, it was
how much money you think we wasted on like telling agents to do that type of stuff, right? Like I know Justin was doing it every day, at least once a day he would answer one of the calls and put them on there for 10, 15 minutes.
For me, it was a good way to spend a little time doing something that broke the monotony of Medicare sales,
the grind. Yeah,
so
right.
It worked out. But so I did see some of y'all's numbers that were posted around earlier, and you guys apparently did really well. So good job. And really wanted to talk to you because you're how long have you been doing this, Ryan? You're pretty new to it and already having some great success.
Yeah, so I got into the, insurance industry as a whole in 2015. I went to a private business school in a small town in Florida, even smaller than I'm at now in Lakeland. And getting a bachelor's, they said, okay, you need a paid internship. So I had a buddy of mine, his roommate at the time, said, hey, my mom is, huge in Aflac. We can do that. We can get our insurance license and sell supplemental benefits. And at the time, I had no idea what he was talking about.
Yeah.
Right. I knew the Duck, and I knew that they sponsored some things, but other than that, no idea. So we went and studied, and, him and I would stay up for, nights at a time and study this insurance material that was all Chinese to me. Passed the test on my 3rd time in the summer of 2015. And then we got to cold door knocking businesses. We would just pull a business list, show up, try to get past a gatekeeper, set some meetings. By the time we actually got meetings set up, we had to go back to school. right? So I'm like, insurance sucks, dude. By the time you get clients, if people want to talk to you, something comes up. So I kind of let it lie for a year and a half, 2 years, and graduated my bachelor's, went back for my master's, and got linked up with a kid that I went to high school with. And he was selling mortgage protection at the time. So I went with him and started buying $60 MP leads on a 75% contract, and it just wasn't working.
Yeah.
Right. And at that time, mortgage protection wasn't working. And then Your Family Bank came out and they said, okay, hey, we're going to spend a ton of money, go to this training, do Your Family Bank for a little bit and try to make some money there. That didn't work. We tried Final Expense. We got Social Security license with NSSA, and just nothing really worked. So I actually fell out of the industry for 2 years or so while getting my master's. And I went back and got a job with a home security company, and I was a regional manager here for Florida. Got back into the industry doing Final Expense with IFG, and I've only been in the Medicare space since August of 2020.
Okay. Well, no looking back then. Medicare all the way.
Absolutely. Yeah. No turning back.
Well, good. So, I mean, the mortgage protection and Final Expense, I kind of look at it as like a big feeder for our industry for agents right now. But a lot of the quality ones graduate onto Medicare or PNC. I'm not knocking PNC because the concept is to chase, in my opinion, residual income. Because if you're just chasing big commissions, you could just get into real estate and do less transactions and make the same amount of money.
So with your Medicare business, Ryan, are you aimed at creating like a retail shop or a call center style? What are you focused on?
Yeah. So back in August, I was doing really well in the Final Expense. I was doing self-marketing, just selling over the phone I have a home office, just selling from the house over the phone. IFG was doing like a Medicare training in Tampa. So I went over there and met with Zach McKenzie and kind of explained the hamster wheel of life insurance, right? Hey, you can sell a ton, during the year, but come January, you're right back where you started. So started to think about Medicare and went face-to-face, sold my first AEP. But come January this year, we opened up a brick and mortar in Lakeland, Florida, where all my efforts have gone throughout the year. So more leaning towards, we have a field brokerage of a few agents that we support that, do their own thing being brokers, but we also have an LOA brick and mortar here in Lakeland that has done pretty well throughout 2021. So we'll hit that 1 year mark come January.
Awesome. Perfect, man. Well, Medicare, from the difference between some of the spots you're doing, you're in Final Expense, right? And I know you were doing some lead generation online for Final Expense and having some luck. Are you still finding success with social media and Medicare? What's the difference like when you look at, creating that for Final Expense versus Medicare? Have you seen a huge difference in response rate or how they're responding to those types of advertisements? Or
yeah, actually, man. So funny you say it. So I was just tired of paying $60 to $65 a lead for mortgage protection or Final Expense, and I took about 30 grand and a few months of my time to learn how to do the lead gen, right? So Facebook, it worked fine. We averaged, a certain dollar lead cost, and I just sold those, but just kind of flipped that over into Medicare and kind of found out what was the pain points of these Medicare beneficiaries and advertised towards that. But it's been about the same. I mean, every piece of my LOA business here at the office, including my own for the last 15 months, have only been off of Facebook ads. I mean, we haven't dropped any mail. I've done some seminars to some T65 stuff, but every application that's come out of this office has been predominantly Facebook ads. So we haven't really skipped a beat in it. It's what worked in Final Expense. You flip the ad copy a little bit and change the verbiage, and it works in Medicare also.
Yeah. Are you guys staying really local, or are you kind of like branching out and going multiple state? What's your goal there?
So before we grew a ton and had, a good bit of employees, which we have 9 now, when it was just myself and 2 other LOA employees, we were local, which was just Polk County, which if y'all aren't familiar, Polk County is in the center of Florida between Tampa and Orlando. It's massive, right? Everybody moves here. There's a ton of folks over 65, so we didn't have a small pool to pull from.
Mhm.
But as we added and grew a little bit, 8, 9, 10 employees at one time, we had to expand. So right now it's, we do have some agents in the field, but predominantly we just sell people over the phone and help them over the phone. And we're running the entire state of Florida as well as some other states. So kind of drowned out, our marketing efforts in the county and locally. So we're in some other states, but we still do some, hyper focused local stuff.
Perfect. Yeah. So we're similar, and we try to focus, hyper local, but as we're branching out and exploring other opportunities, it's just different developing lead flow in multiple areas. And also when we're calling people locally, it seems like even though you're still doing things telephonically, they don't feel like you're a call center. So the trust is a little bit easier to get when you're not super far away. So I think a lot of times people come into the industry and they're being told like, oh, you got to go get 15 state licenses and you got to get data all over the place to start cold calling.
Go into debt just buying license.
Yeah, and I'm just not a big fan of it. And I mean, now we do, and we're like 45 state licenses, but and we'll probably finish them all off for all 50 just to not have to worry about it in the future. But it's not, it just isn't relevant to have to do that other than what you can develop your lead flow for, I guess. So when you start trying to feed 9 mouths and you're doing Facebook ads, you have to branch out sometimes just to keep your lead costs down, I guess. So we're starting to have some luck with Facebook. I was one of the early Facebook guys, and then around the time that you started coming in, putting stuff online about having luck with Facebook ads, it was around the time I was like completely out of Facebook because I was like, oh, Facebook sucks now. So when you started doing it, I was like, well, what the hell is he doing? Like, because what I was doing before did not work anymore. And it evolves so rapidly when you're dealing with an online platform. Like Facebook just had an update like 2 days ago to their entire platform, and it's like you're having to kind of relearn where everything is again. So but being in control of your own marketing is huge with an insurance agency. Otherwise, like some of these guys come in and they're like, they want to be street or above, and they want somebody else to figure all the lead stuff out for them. And I'm like, no, if somebody's figuring all the lead stuff out, you go work in their agency. If you can figure out how to create, the revenues or the lead source yourself, that's when you're earning the full rip or commission. So
Right.
look at that. Somebody says Travers Beast Mode. Beast Mode. You know who that is? Who is that?
Who's that?
I don't know. It just says Facebook user.
Well, I made that mistake too, guys. You gotta click StreamYard and share your profile.
StreamYard.com/Facebook.
You
Yes.
comment on Steven's shirt, you won't be seen. So you have to don't make that mistake.
That's right. Yeah, you did. I think he guessed it was you then.
I did. Yeah. I was like,
He did. Yeah, you got me.
Yeah. So no. So awesome, buddy. Well, so going into holidays, I'm sure you got big plans coming out of it in OEP. Obviously we see so many. This is a good, I feel like, conversation on OEP marketing. So many people are like, oh, you can't market OEP. Man, I think OEP is getting marketed like crazy by everybody. You don't even really have to do anything different. You just market Medicare generally like you would any other time. But so many of these advertisements are getting thrown up on TV, and call centers are generating business that it still keeps that buzz going. Do you guys expect to have a big OEP this year?
Yeah, man. So while we want to stay compliant, right, and not advertise OEP and what it is the idea behind it is consumers don't know, right? They have no idea at the end of the day what AEP is, what OEP is. We keep the marketing consistent, whether it be January or November, right? And we continue the lead flow. We continue to help people. It's the same thing to us. We just have the opportunity to help a lot more people.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
the OEP period coming back has been, for us so far, only helpful because of the way we do business. I imagine for call centers, it presents both opportunity and a lot of issues because we're the guys, like, and when I say call center, like, like the big ones, like you named earlier, Select Quote or Go Health or somebody, for them, it could be just as much of an issue because they enrolled all these people in AEP, and then some of the localized groups like us are kind of there and like, oh, you didn't really understand that? Well, here, let me talk to you. And all of a sudden you can switch them.
Well, they go to the doctor first of the year, and then the provider's telling them, hey, yeah, we're we're not in that network, and now they're all in a frantic.
Yeah.
And are they going to call the call center back? No, they usually seek out somebody local. So, like you said, we usually reap the benefits of some of that.
Absolutely.
Right. Absolutely.
Well, awesome. So OEP is going to kick ass. You're going to break all the records, and you're going to write all the business, and you're going to retire at 30.
That'd be great. Yeah, that's the goal. 30. I'm 28 now. I got a couple months to do it, so 30 would be nice.
Well, and you're having a kid soon, right? So
yeah, end of May.
Yeah.
So May.
Congratulations.
You got to retire so you can spend time with your kid.
Yeah.
That's right, man. Yeah, that's the goal. Yeah.
In Florida, man, I'm jealous. I'm going to come work for you.
Yeah.
So awesome, buddy. Well, we really love having you on here and trying to highlight your business. We know you're doing great things. You've been a good partner of ours. We enjoyed having you behind the agency. And if are you right now actively adding people to your team or trying to add people in-house, or are you also building a downline brokerage, or are you just focusing on the in-house side?
Yeah, we're both, man. So I have some downline agents that are in the field scattered throughout the state of Florida. I have a few in Virginia that do some things for us. So always looking to build that side of the business. I think that we bring a lot of value to them. We offer them access to the same marketing, the same CRM, everything that the in-house people get. So that's always, an opportunity, but we're also looking to fill some in-house positions as well for the people that maybe don't have that business owner mindset that you guys deal with, or, I know you build off of, Justin, that, people want to come into guaranteed lead flow, some consistent money coming in to where they can show up, make some money and make some sales and add on to that. So we're trying to replicate the same thing and do the same model as what some other people have out there. So field's always an opportunity. We love that side of the business. And we also love having people in here in Lakeland. So yes, sir, we are looking to build both sides.
Well, that's good. So if you're in that area and you're looking for a home, whether it's being a field agent on your own or looking for an opportunity to work in house, definitely check out Ryan, because he's a good dude. He's not going to overpromise and underdeliver. He's a straight shooter. He has some talent in developing leads and helping craft a CRM that'll help take a lot of pressure off of you. And there's just a lot of big hierarchies out there. And this is a something that when we talk to like IFG, for instance, like they try to build epicenters and then edify those people so that people can kind of go under them, instead of trying to say, well, who's the biggest, most massive FMO by production, and then go into them based on that. We try to encourage people to actually find somebody at least regional that they can trust and maybe come in and do some personal training, even if they're going to be a field agent, because it's really lonely out there when you don't have a community and you don't have people to like legitimately talk to. Now, if you're going to be a downline agent to some of these people and you stick around for a couple of years and you're not writing any business, eventually they're just going to get annoyed if you're coming into their office. but if you can put out some business and you just looking for that community, you can have that. Or Ryan is probably vetting for more potential future in-house agents. So definitely check him out. Ryan, if somebody was trying to get a hold of you and was going to be able to to try to reach out to you, what's the best way to do that?
Really Facebook, Ryan Travers, or our website. From a consumer model, we still receive those requests, bpinsurancegroup.com. Instagram is Ryan Travers as well. So any way that, on the social media platforms that you're comfortable with, I'll be able to be found there.
Perfect. So before we go today, Ryan is in Lakeland, Florida. And like Travis Jenkins just said, Ryan Travers is the man. Alonzo Hall actually said he writes IUL, only IUL. That would be really tough.
You gotta expand. Gotta expand, buddy.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. I like IUL. I sold one to myself, but it's a niche market for sure, super niche. So before we go, if you guys are not subscribed to us, please check out our podcast on all the platforms. If you come into these late, you can go and check them out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or YouTube. Under YouTube on our channel under lives. This one will be under the live section because we live streamed it there. Otherwise, you can definitely check us out on the Apple Podcast platforms. And before we go, we're going to have a word. It's not a word. It's our cool promo video from our sponsor, goguru.pro. So check it out.